I'm sure most of you already know of the other Sims content creator Decor. She did a world save called Build Crest, where she changed all of New Crest and she made it for the build challenges. This top one is called Connect the Dots. Connect the walls to create the build. You can't delete any walls, you must utilize them all. I'm not gonna lie, you guys know I'm not a build channel. Like, this is hell to me. This is literally hell. I'm assuming like I can't just like do this and connect them this way. I feel like that would be cheating. So like you gotta think smart. I mean, if I just like try and connect the obvious together first, I feel like that's a safe option. But you see, if I do it diagonally, it's not gonna work. I mean, it doesn't say in the rules that you can't make additional walls. I bet you're all looking at me screaming because you've already worked it out. Like, can I connect it like this? Like this? Like this? You're just checking out different ideas here, guys. Just like this, maybe? Just like this, maybe? Oh, we got a room. Rejoice, we got a room. But you know, if we connect that, then there's a little alcove here. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure how I feel about having all these little things coming out and not connecting together. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure how it's gonna go. You know, oh my God, there's an upstairs. Oh my gosh, I didn't know there was an upstairs. I'm gonna scream. I mean, could I connect those together like that? Just trying to connect the walls in like any way that I can right now, and then we can work on the specific details of all of this a lot later on. I mean, I feel like we're allowed to connect them even though they don't necessarily connect together officially, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's good to use a bit of creative freedom, although it looks a bit wonky. I think I use a bit too much. Now, do you know what? I'm not happy with this upstairs. I'm sorry, it's all going. In fact, the whole bloody thing's going. I'm sorry for clickbaiting you or watch baiting you, but I'm starting again. I'm trying to imagine, all right, this is a front door we got here. You can have a little room that pops out here. I'm trying not to get overwhelmed. It's basically a shell challenge, but you can actually add walls. You just can't delete the existing ones. That's the way I'm seeing it. That way, I get a little bit less emotionally distressed. I'm also trying to think, you know, what kind of rooms can we have? See, this one, I'm actually thinking maybe we could make it like a bit of an outhouse. Oh, but then of course we got the upstairs, so we can't really do that. Unless it's just gonna have to be like a very weirdly shaped, modern looking house. She didn't make this easy. She definitely did not. I mean, whenever it comes to these like proper weird build challenges, the way to go is always to make it modern, because you can't go wrong with modern. Because, you know, with a modern build, if it looks weird, that's kind of the point. So I am using my creative liberties to add extra walls. It didn't say in the rules that it was cheating to add more walls, so that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, that's like the basic shell. That looks all right so far. Should we add like another pillar here? Make out that it's like a support beam. The only thing is, it's right next to the edge. Can we even add stairs here into the lot? We can't. Okay, unless we just make it like one thing high. That way, technically, they can step onto it. Maybe another little platform over here. Maybe we could do some wraparound stairs over here, leading upstairs. That's quite a central position to go up. Have a room off here. We've got this annoying wall here that we can't move. Unless I turn that into just like a little toilet. Oh, but then we've got an annoying space there. That's not going to work. Unless we put the toilet here, right? Have this here, put a door there. Section it off like this, right? Nah, that's not going to work. Not happening. This bloody wall in the way is ruining my life. Unless we just leave it like this. I mean, I could always move the stairs, but then again, I can't be bothered. Unless we, okay, make this 3 by 3. And then these two spaces here, right? I'll turn them into little closets. We got 2 little upstairs rooms here. Got a bigger room here. Downstairs, we've got main hallway. We got an open kitchen here. Got a living room here. We got an office here. Banging. I feel like this is going to be one of those big obnoxious houses where like everything is just like stone white and there's literally no color to the outside and it's completely lifeless and bland. I do like modern interiors, but I just find the exteriors a bit overbearing. It doesn't look natural. I love a good country home. Call me a traditionalist, though I don't know how we're going to roof it. Am I going to do the lazy thing and just not give it a roof? I mean, with modern homes though, you can do it that way and it's acceptable. It is a cop-out way, I admit that. But if it's modern, you're not allowed to complain about it. I mean, I'm saying it's a home. It doesn't necessarily have to be a home. It could be something else. We can't put an octagonal roof, can we? I feel like, you know, the diagonal roofs in The Sims 4, they never work, do they? I just feel like they never feel right. I think we'll have the spa day thing going around here. There's one thing spa day's good for. It's modern. Maybe a fence here too? I don't know. I mean, we could go full on spa day and use it for everything, including all the windows, or would that be a bit dramatic? dramatic. You know what? The old base game windows never fail me. Or no, do you know what doesn't fail me? The eco lifestyle ones that look almost identical to the base game ones are basically the base game ones. But like they're ever so slightly different in a good way. Can't put my finger on why, they just are. I mean, this would also be a good area to have the obnoxious eco lifestyle door. To be fair, they're not all bad. I don't feel like every single area of the house needs to be like dramatically windowed. That would be a little bit weird, but we can have a few dotted about just to make it a bit more spacious. I mean, I wouldn't mind the eco lifestyle doors upstairs as well to get on this little balcony. Although I'm conscious that, you know, this bedroom here and this here, they need to be cut off a little bit. We need to have a little privacy screen over here. Maybe not a whole tall wall, but you know, like one of those half ones that you could plop down. Something just a little bit bigger like that, that'll do. Guessing we have loads of windows around this thing. Whatever this thing's gonna be, I don't know yet. Nice tall one in the bathroom. I think a lot of people worry about having perfect windows from the outside, but at the end of the day, guys, if you look at any real life house, the windows look horrific. They look so weird. No real life house has nice looking windows. It is a fact. So I'm not going to stress myself out about it in The Sims 4. Fine with a little bit of weirdness. That's all right for a little shout so far, isn't it? Quite proud of that. Do you know what? I don't normally use CC, but I got some CC and I'm going to use it. Although I don't know about the inside if we really want it to be slabbed or if we could actually just use like just some normal wooden flooring. I don't want it to be too cold. Not the biggest fan of these cult modern houses. Now guys, I'll admit, I thought this like stair railing issue was actually fixed with the Sims 4 Growing Together update, but it didn't, and I'm a bit disappointed. It looks ugly with these railings clipping through each other, but it's not my fault. It's the Sims 4's fault, so I'm gonna let it slide. Love these big nasty doors as well. I think they're horrific. That's what I want in a modern house. Everything horrific. Oh my god, like these spa days rails look so ugly on the stairs. I don't like them. Maybe it looks a bit fixed. If we put some columns there, or does that make it look weirder? I don't think anything will save it. Oh, and I just remembered I forgot to do roof tiles. I always forget these, always, and leave the little ugly shabby ones on top. Not today. Except we got some ugly modern ones instead. I believe there was a wall between these, so I cannot remove like all of these, I believe, but I can't actually remember. But just to be safe, we're going to use a support beam instead of getting rid of it. So that way it's like not cheating, but it is. Also, this is just a little room. I don't think we need a huge door like that. That's a bit dramatic. I think I need to calm down. See, I love this eco lifestyle door, but I really hate this thing that comes out of it. It's so annoying because it like gets in the way, and I don't want to have it on the inside either, but it like matches with the rest of the set. I mean, this is a little bit less matchy, but it's fine. Oh, you know what? I am going to do a CC kitchen. I never do CC kitchens. I don't let myself, but today is a different day. I'm not the biggest fan of making kitchens in The Sims. I do really hate it. I just can't do it. Whatever I do, they can't look nice. It's just something about me and kitchens. We don't work out. We clash. So like, I'm not even going to try and pretend it looks nice. Oh, and I forgot an oven. Of course I did. Then we got this annoying window in the way, unless I just move it over. I think that's a bit better. Chuck a sink over here. I mean, for me, considering this is me, guys, I don't think it looks too bad. So I've just added a few clutter objects. Like, I know a lot of people love cluttering up their builds. I just love space. Even in real life, I hate clutter. I hate things anywhere. Can't even have a coaster on the coffee table. Like, I don't like it, and I do reflect that in my Sims builds. Have a few plants, call it a day. That's it for me. I think we can have a nice little study in here. Maybe a desk that just like overlooks the outside, or does the outside overlook me? Do you know what I mean? Feel like it would be better if like the outside was overlooking me. Do you know what I mean? And you know, then we have excuse to have like a meeting chair here. I'm not sure why. This is just like a personal build. If it's a family home and your kid's been naughty, you can sit them down there and you sit on the desk and tell them off. Not quite sure really what we're going for with this build. Maybe it's a work at home office, who knows? Anyways, it's just turned out like that. It is a very vanilla minimalistic space, but you know what, guys, I do just love vanilla. Something about it. I guess we can turn this square into the main living room, have a huge obnoxious TV on the wall. I do love the Desert Luxe kit sofa. It is a nice sofa, I will admit, though it's a bit too big. Bigger is not always better. Although no, do you know what? I like the one from Growing Together, the little circular one. It's nice, and I feel like we don't need like chairs on the side. I feel like that one sofa is enough. I mean, maybe we could have a little poof over here, but I don't want to overdo it. I will maybe put some little clutter like a mug, or I'll have a storage box under here. I won't be that bad with my clutter. Some baby wipes on the side. I don't know, in case you poo yourself on the sofa. You never know. I'm sure most of us have pooed ourselves at some point in our lives. I do have a funny story about that. I'm not going to share it with you though. It's never going online. Another little box there. I think that's all right for my minimalistic. No, we need some plants. That is not all right. I do love some hanging ones. Maybe something like that. Spice it up a little bit. There we go. Not sure if we really need like the most dramatic patio in the world. Could I live without having like proper patio stuff? I mean, I guess we could have just a little bit. We've only got a small patio to work with, but we can try and make do. All the builders are screaming at me right now. Where's the clutter? Honestly, mate, if this was my real life house, you'd see what I mean about clutter. I genuinely just don't use clutter in, you know, even real life. I mean, my bedroom's messy behind me, but you're not seeing that today because I've got a green screen. But when it comes to stars I actually like, I don't like it. I am still long overdue moving out. Like, you know, I've been planning to do traveling and things, so I can't move out when I'm traveling, obviously. When I do move out, I am going to have a boring, bland, empty home with everything white, beige, and grey. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Now, do you know what? I never do this, right? Never, ever, ever. But for the front room, we're having this weird gaming thing. You know, that weird gaming motion sensor thing. Do you know what? I never do weird items in The Sims. I never put weird stuff down because I want to build a perfect home. But do you know what? It's The Sims. I'm putting something bloody weird in there and I don't care. Like, it's got to be a bit nuts. I mean, we could also have like a upright piano here. We could make this little front room like a hobbies room, or is that a little bit weird? I don't want to take it too far. Is it a cop out if I chuck a little sofa in there and call it a day? It's a bit of a cop out. Unless, do you know what? Instead of that weird thing, right? I feel like a lot of rich people in their modern homes, they always have a big front window and they always have a huge obnoxious chandelier. Are they overcompensating for their micro penis and their lack of personality? I think they are. But in this case, I wouldn't really put a chandelier here, but I would put a big obnoxious statue. Oh my God, can we have the giant twerking pig? Like, I'm not being funny. That's a bit of me, that is. Imagine walking past a house and seeing that. See, I feel like a rich person would do that as well. I feel like it's realistic. Although again, I'll keep this area basically minimal, just a little bit functionable with some stuff in there. I think I've done the bedrooms quite small and I don't know like how we're going to fit everything in nicely. I mean, we may have to do what I may just downgrade all of the upstairs doors to these little ones. Otherwise we won't have much room to work with. I mean, in the hallway, we could put like a little potted plant. I say little, I just pick the biggest one. Maybe this one's a bit smaller and nicer. I guess it's nice to have the bed overlooking the outside. At least it would wake you up in the morning. That's always a good bonus. I wouldn't mind that actually. Though I would like a closet, so I'm gonna have to let go of that window. I'm sorry, window. I do love a built-in closet in all my Sims houses. Like, honestly, it's like one of the only reasons like I truly recommend getting get together just for the closets. Though again, like we don't have much space to work with here. Maybe I'm gonna have to get rid of the big obnoxious door. Just have a normal looking door going outside. Unless we steal this door here. That'll be a little bit better just to make a bit more room. Love this CC wardrobe as well. Also, I think it's a bit weird to have a chest of drawers with the TV on the side, but I also think it's quite normal, especially in British houses because they're quite small. I mean, in my bedroom personally, that's how my room's set up. My bed is a long ways and then I just have to lie on my side to watch TV. I mean, if I was lying in bed with somebody spooning somebody, it would conveniently have to be somebody who was bigger and taller than me and they'd have to lie on like 3 pillows. So their head was a lot higher than mine so they could see the TV as well, and I lie on the left and they lie on the right. That is very specific. Not that I'd find someone like that in my hometown because everybody's an internalized homophobe. It's one of those little conservative towns. Anyway, trauma dump aside, I apologize about that. Normally I try not to get political. I haven't done like many paintings yet. Maybe just like something here, a little bit of color, just a little bit, not too much. And outside we'll have a couple of chairs. Absolutely beautiful. This right here is a very little room, but it's gonna have to have a huge closet. This one I have to have a closet too. This one, I'm thinking it'll just have to be like a single bedroom. I am putting a little desk in front of a closet because like in a real life house, if it was that small, you probably have to do that. Unless I just move actually the door over there, move the bed over here. It's not very feng shui to do it this way, but do it that way. There we go. That's a bit better. Then we can have a little TV on the wall. It's a kid's room anyway. Who cares about kids? Doesn't have to look nice. No, it's a very beige kid's room. I think there's a joke in The Sims for I saw a meme once, which is like we always make our kids' rooms so bland and beige. We never make them colourful and realistic. And it's true, we do. I mean, I may as well chuck a bunk bed. No other way to fit everything that we need. Thank God for the Sims 4 bunk beds update. Honestly, it really was a godsend. I don't know what I'd do without it. Although I'd be a bit of a depressed little kid if this was my room. Looks like a prison cell. Looks like something out the back rooms. It's very beige and bland. I am a bland person. In real life, like, I'm not the biggest fan of decorating. I'm the kind of person that could honestly just have like a couple of camping chairs instead of a sofa and a TV and like a PS5 and I'd be good. I wouldn't need anything else, no decorations. I am a bit of a typical bloke in that sense. I know it's a bit severe, but like I really just don't mind. The only issue is we don't have a bathroom downstairs, so we're gonna have to put the bathroom in here. So this can't really be a bedroom. Anyway, thank God for this new shower set that came with Growing Together. It looks so luxurious. Yes, we are having the Snowy Escape electric toilet. I know I say this in every video, but when I lived in Japan, I did have one of these electric bidet loos. It had a heated seat. It had a bidet spray, so your bum would always be clean after a poo. It really, really was perfect, and I can't believe we don't have them in the UK. See, I'm thinking when I get a mortgage, when I sort my life out and I get a mortgage, it is expensive to get them in the UK, but I do want to get one of those bidet loos. Honestly, especially if you're gay and you're a bottom. That was a bit of an overshare, but those little bidet loos, I'm telling you now, they sort you out. So then anyway, I'm thinking of making this upstairs room just like a hobbies room. We could always have a yoga mat, you know. Maybe the sim who lives here just does a bit of yoga. Maybe we can have a massage table, call them a little masseuse. Not too sure how you feel about that. Maybe we can pretend this sim who lives here is a masseuse. You couldn't get this rich being one, but I guess in The Sims you can, because The Sims isn't very realistic when it comes to these things. Or, see, I feel like a YouTuber would live in a house like this, right? Maybe, just maybe, they're like a yoga person on YouTube. This is their little camera setup. Just saying. We could have the Get Famous recording station somewhere, though I don't think it'll fit. Unless we just like get rid of the kids' room and turn it into a recording station. I feel like a YouTuber would do that. I mean, if I was a YouTuber living here, I'd only have one bedroom and a computer room for my work, so that makes sense. Do you know what, guys? I love it. I really do love it, actually. I think it makes a lot of sense. Adds to the lore of the house. These key lights are way too big and very unrealistic, unfortunately, but I guess it will have to do. I think that makes a lot of sense. I have a couple of ugly storage boxes at the back. You know, like on-screen YouTubers make their setup look perfect. I promise you, as a YouTuber myself, I promise you, everything behind the scenes, everything behind the camera is ugly as hell. It is messy. There are wires everywhere. There's coffee stains on everything. It's ugly. No YouTuber's setup looks perfect away from the camera. You could sue me for saying that, but it's true. So that is what we're going to do. Making it proper messy. Storage boxes everywhere. Guys, I am chuffed with my little dot-to-dot house. I wouldn't want to live here, but it's nice. It's all right. If I can be bothered, I might continue and do all of the lots around here. Until then, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy this video here. I will see you in the next one.